Yeah, what's good, gang? Top of another video, and today, boys, we're gonna be looking at the 49ers roster. We're gonna be looking at not after free agency because it's still going on technically, but the Niners haven't really signed nobody. We have some stuff to talk about. We're gonna be looking at our biggest holes in the roster and what we should be doing there. We're gonna look at some remaining free agents, and we're gonna be talking about some little draft stuff. My next video is probably gonna be more dedicated to the draft, maybe a little mock draft on the simulator things. I don't know, just to see what's going on there. Talk about some guys I would like to see the Niners bring in. But anyway, let's get into it. So first off, Tyreek Hill. I'm just using Madden as a visualization thing for y'all, just to show y'all some things. It's updated. It's inaccurate though, because Tyreek Hill was just traded like a little bit ago, so it's a little inaccurate just for that. And some players may be missing. Some players might be on the roster that who are not, because shout out to the person who made this though. I can't remember your name. Shout out to you though. But anyway, let's get into this. So the biggest thing though that is still that the Niners have failed to do is Jimmy Garoppolo, man. Is looking. I don't know if he's gonna be the starter. He might. He might, man. I don't know. It is interesting. I think that was the first move to get Jimmy going. I felt like the Colts was like the destination. Like it was the move to get him there, right? But like, wow. I don't know. Oh, and the Dolphins traded the first round pick that was ours for Tyreek Hill this year, by the way. Because we traded to Dolphins last year to trade up and get Trey Lance. But like, yeah, like I'm saying, like third over trading up from 10 or like 10 or whatever to get Trey Lance to get like Jimmy Garoppolo. It just don't make sense to have him on the roster. I feel like we need to get rid of him. Who's left? The Panthers and the Seahawks. Maybe the Texans. I've heard some things about the Texans. But yeah, I think Jimmy's got to be gone, man. I think Trey Lance. You got to put all trust in Trey. Trust in Trey. Come on, man. Nate Sudfeld is hopefully our backup, not Jimmy and not Trey. Hopefully they're not the backups, you know. So yeah, or maybe who knows? I remember seeing the preseason thing, and there was like Trey Lance and Garoppolo were playing like the same drive, like they were. Could we see a 2 quarterback scheme in the NFL with Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance? I don't know. Running back wise, Elijah Mitchell, Trey Sermon, Hasty. I like this. I think we sign it. We always bring in another guy. Injuries do happen in the NFL. It is a thing. Trey Sermon, I look to see him get some more carries, though. I think he could be that second guy. Hasty be the third down guy. Elijah Mitchell is a monster. Speed. You know what I'm saying? He's the one cut and go. I like that, though. So Trey Sermon is more of that bully back, bigger guy. He's not too much bigger, but, you know. I would like to see him take a step. Receiver-wise, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, Ray McLeod, Keyshawn Johnson, not the legend, but Keyshawn Johnson. Austin Mack, who I don't know too much about, to be honest with you. Ray McLeod's basically a return man, punt returner, kick returner. Which is dope. I like that because last year we had Deebo and Ayuk doing it. I like those guys. I think they're too valuable to be having play that, you know. But yeah, Juwan Jennings he's a great blocker, third down guy, touchdowns and third down conversions is what he did all last year. Well, not all last year, maybe towards the end of the year, but he did it really good last year. So, and he's a big body too, 6'3", catch the ball really good. So yeah, I like our receiving core. I look for us to bring in another guy. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So I would say another receiver is, I'm going to write it down so I don't forget, so to make sure we talk about it. Another receiver. Now, another thing I would say is a backup tight end. Charlie Warner is a good blocker. Jordan Matthews, former receiver. He's been off the practice squad. He's on the Niners, off the Niners, on the Niners, off the Niners. Like, he's back, you know. So do we keep him? I don't know. We let him be a tight end? I don't know. I would say backup tight end is a need, though. We'll talk about all these. We'll go look at free agency, and then we'll talk about some draft guys if I can remember. Right? All right. So left tackle, I think Trent Williams is there. We got Jalen Moore, who is a rookie. We got Justin Skoll, who's been here for a little bit. I don't know. And then the biggest gap is left guard. Laken Tomlinson left. Do we play Mikovits, Colton? Do we play my boy Colton there, or Keaton, or George Kittle? I think George Kittle could play left guard. It wouldn't surprise me. Or do we move a guy like Jalen Moore to left guard. Can he play guard? I don't know. Did he play it last year? I don't think so. Did he play in college? I don't know. But maybe we move him. So a left guard is probably like the biggest gap. Not really. Biggest gap on offense, I would say, is the guard position. Biggest question mark because we don't know who's going to play there. Maybe Moore steps in and plays really good. Alex Mack, I think he's back for another year, so we'll see. Hopefully he'll probably be Alex Mack. He'll probably be just as good, as consistent as he was last year, hopefully. Aaron Banks is a question mark too, man. Is he gonna step up and play? Or we got a bank on Aaron Banks stepping up and playing good. Sorry, I'm checking stuff. I'm trying to see if the Niners getting nothing. Nope, Tyreek Hill still just traded the Dolphins. That's crazy to me. But yeah, Banks, we're banking on him turning out and playing good. So hopefully he does. I think he should. Second round pick. I don't think he's surrounded by a bunch of good linemen. McGlinchey coming back. I think he'll be the starter. Off that injury. Brunskill is a backup to left tackle or right tackle, and Moore too, who can play those positions. Damn, we got okay. But all right, and then the left end, I did move some stuff around. Okay, more how the roster will fit. D Ford, Samson Ebicom, and the Minihu. I'm gonna put edge real quick. Because we're gonna probably bring. I spelled that wrong. I'm spelling all stupid over here. What the hell? But D Ford, Ebicom, and Charles Minihu. I think that's right. Charles Minihu. I don't know. Are guys that are gonna rotate. I feel like that's. I don't know if Ebicom or D Ford is gonna start. I don't even know if D Ford is gonna be on the roster. Like we renegotiated. He's back on. I don't know if we were cutting him. I don't know what's going on with D Ford. He's pretty good when he plays, but then he hasn't played a lot the last 2 seasons, right? So actually this year I think he had like 5 sacks or something. I can't remember, and then he was hurt. But he rotate these guys in. Right end Nick Bosa's there, and we'll, like I said, rotate people in. The Niners like to keep guys fresh. Nick Bosa will play his valuable snaps, which he usually does. So that's one thing I will probably look to add, like another edge. Like if I think it's David Ojabo from Michigan towards Achilles in his pro day. Like if they could get him in the second round, I would love that because his draft stock's going to fall a little bit because of the injury. I would love that if we could trade up and get him, trade up in the second and get him, or get him would be dope because he'll probably come around halfway part of the season and play really good and learn behind Bosa and stuff. D tackle, kind of. And Eric Armstead plays more inside. He's more of an inside-outside guy. Sometimes he's outside, sometimes he's inside. They rotate him, Eric Armstead, though, I think for the most part he plays a lot more inside. So I just moved him there. But yeah, that's what I think that's what we'll do is have him play there. And the Kinlaw in Hurst, Kinlaw was out for most of the year. Hurst was battling injuries all year, didn't play too much. We re-signed him on a 1-year deal. Kinlaw is going into his 3rd year. I know it's an experienced one, but last year was hurt. Rookie was a little shaky. Did catch a pick though. It was pretty cool. I remember that. Ridgeway is a guy we signed on a nose tackle. We signed on a 1-year deal, 2-year deal. I can't remember. But yeah, so I look, DJ Jones left, who's going to leave a big gap. Great run stopper. But I think Hurst and Kinlaw could step up, and even Ridgeway a little bit. Like, I think we're going to have guys step up. Sorry, I'm trying to see if anything happens with the Niners. We did re-sign Jordan Willis, who is not on here, actually. Will also give us valuable rotational minutes, to be honest with you. So, shout out to him blocking the kick on special teams. Oh, I was like, did I even talk about some of the other guys? No, I haven't yet. But yeah, I feel like we could feel Hurst is a good run defender. Kinlaw, hopefully he can improve in that spot next year. Hopefully he's good, Left outside line, I've got to move this. Aziz Al-Shair. One of my favorites, to be honest, on the team. I really like him. He's played really good. He's only 72 in Madden. They need to up that a little bit to me. To be honest with you. I think, they do. But yeah, he played really good this year, to be honest with you. And we re-signed him on a 1-year deal, I think. So we could see him come back, and hopefully he could continue to develop and get paid next year. So, and then Demetrius is a backup, going to give us some rotational plays there every now and again when guys get tired. Middle linebacker, Fred Warner. Fred. Oren Banks. Burks, my bad, I said Banks. Burks, who's going to be a special teamer / rotational guy. Good special teamer. He played for the Packers, who their special team was terrible, but he was pretty good. I think we signed him, so he's gonna come and play some good minutes for us, rotation, probably mainly special teams though. Dre Greenlaw, hopefully he can stay healthy, you know. Yeah. So maybe in bringing up another linebacker, you could play anywhere, rotate a guy who probably knows the scheme. We'll put backup linebacker. I think we bring in somebody, another guy, Marcel Harris. I don't think we re-signed him, to be honest. But I think we could use Talanoa Hufanga, our safety, our second-year safety, kind of like how we did Marcel Harris. We could play him at linebacker. We could play him at safety. Little hybrid mix thing. But yeah, cornerbacks. Travarious Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, Ambry Thomas, Diamador, and Lenore. I think we do sign another guy before free agency or bring in another guy before in the draft or something. Just one more guy. I don't think Holman. Sorry, man. I don't really know you that much, but I don't know if you make the roster, my boy. I'm sorry. I don't know. I think Javarious Ward is going to be our starting outside guy. Mosley, I feel like these two are kind of starters already, and I think we're gonna have Ambry Thomas and Lenore battle out for that slot position, or maybe we move Mosley to the slot and start Thomas, or have these two battle for the slot. I don't know how it's gonna work. I like that though, because I feel like they drafted Lenore. He's kind of built like K1 as the replacement for K1 Williams. I think that's what they kind of planned on. So hopefully he could produce, and Ambry Thomas too. I liked him. He was doing really good towards the end of the year last year. So we'll see how that works. But yeah. Safety wise, free safety wise, we signed Odom. Javarious Moore is coming back. I think it's the last year of his contract. A tall, fast guy who could make plays in the back of the field, fly around, make plays back there. Which honestly is something the Niners really don't have. We don't get a lot of picks, it seems like. To be honest, like, I don't know why, but some teams just get crazy amount of picks. The Niners don't. We just like force fumbles and sacks. Like that's what the Niners do, right? But yeah, Javarious Moore is a guy who I think could play really well. I feel like he's gonna go under the radar. So I would say safety is. Well, we'll just put free safety as a question mark because we don't know. Is Hufanga gonna play, or is he gonna be like kind of what he was last year? Play linebacker / safety, kind of rotate in between, just, I don't know. Odom is an all-pro on special teams, so that's going to be dope, having a great special teams. I think he's a gunner out there. Sorry, another thing just went off. Okay, nothing happened. Okay. And he could also, if guys go down, because injuries do happen, it's the NFL, he could play some valuable minutes for us and give us some production out there. So that would be pretty dope. I think we might roll with this group. Maybe bring in a guy like Nick Cross. I think that's his name, out of the draft. He's a fast range. He kind of reminds me of Justin Reed from now on the Chiefs, was on the Texans. To be honest, with the speed and stuff out there. He's a little bit bigger, I think, though. So that would be pretty dope. I think we bring in a safety, though, in the draft. I think that would be pretty nice. I think our main goal is we'll talk about some things. Strong safety Jimmy Ward, I feel like this is locked down. Hufanga, play backup. Kicker, punter, we know. Kick returner is probably going to be Ray McLeod. Everything else is pretty set in stone, to be honest with you. Besides quarterback, is probably, honestly, quarterback's probably the biggest thing. Like, what the hell are we doing there? I feel like Jimmy Garoppolo should have been on. I feel like that was the biggest priority, and then it just never happened. Let's go look at some of the free agents now. This isn't 100% accurate, to remind you. Let's go. So the first thing is another receiver. I think we add another receiver. A guy I would love to bring in is Emmanuel Sanders. Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk both talk about how Emmanuel Sanders helped them so much to be better receivers, which is awesome. I think if we could bring a guy like him back, that would be insane. I would love that, to be honest with you, just to help those two out again. Will Fuller is a guy I would also like. Speed demon. If Trey Lance is playing, utilize his speed. Even like T.Y. Hilton's a pretty good receiver too. Cole Beasley would be pretty nice. I don't think we get Odell, Julio, or Jarvis, to be honest with you. But like, maybe we could go after speed, like with Djax or Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Maybe we bring Goodwin back, who hasn't. I don't think he played this year, did he? Or maybe we go after the speed demon himself, who I think he's down here, John Ross. Like, do we bring in a guy like this? Do we bring in a speed guy who can make some plays back there? Sorry. Everything's so going crazy about Tyreek Hill being traded. But I'm not trying to talk about that. Okay, like, do we bring in a fast guy like John Ross, or do we bring in another guy? Like, I think Emmanuel Sanders would be so cool to bring back just for that kind of experience there. He could help us out, help us, yeah, be another receiver. Tight end, help other younger guys. Like, I don't know. I feel like that would be just nice to bring him back. Cheap deal, probably. Back up tight end, I don't really know. Like Kyle Rudolph, I'd go for a guy who got receiving skills and can block. To be honest, I don't know who. Like Chris Herndon, I really liked him when he was on the Jets, and some things happened. I don't even know what happened with him. But yeah, I would like to bring in a guy like Jimmy Graham. Would be pretty cool. I don't know. I think Gronk resigns or retires. I don't think he stays. Jared Cook would be pretty cool to bring back. Bring on the squad, not bring back. Like, I don't know. I think we go get a guy, or like in the draft, Jelani Woods is 6'7", and he's ran like a 40-yard dash. A guy like him, I'll look to bring in. That would be pretty cool. I think we do look for a backup for George Kittle. Besides Warner, I think that's how you say it. I think Richie Incognito retires. I don't even know if he should be 89 overall. Don't worry about Madden's overalls. I'm just talking about people. But a guy I would really like to bring in is Eric Flowers. I know that you're like, what? This dude was a bust. Yes, he was. And then he's kind of turned his career around. He moved him to guard. He was okay he was kind of learning it with the Giants. Then he moved to Miami. It was pretty good. Surprised the Dolphins, by the way. And then he went to the Commanders this year, or Washington, or Commanders now, and played pretty good. I'm surprised he's not signed. I would like the Niners bringing him in, because it's kind of a similar story with Laken Thomas, the first round draft bust, and then they carve out a pretty good career. Later on in there, they finally get a hold of things and they play better. I would like to bring him in. I think him and Aaron Banks on the guards would be pretty dope. I think would be nice. Another guy who is listed as right guard, I think they could switch, right? Will Hernandez, who was drafted by the Giants at 25 years old, he's a little bit younger, would be a guy I would like to bring in and see how he plays. Maybe he could play pretty good too. I don't know. But yeah, I like that. What do we got next? Look, we got Edge or Trey Turner, like a guy like Trey Turner who was pretty good with the Panthers and then okay with the Steelers, I believe. But yeah, I don't know. I think we need to look to bring in somebody. I don't know who exactly. Like, I would personally like Eric Flowers just because I am a Miami fan, not Dolphins. College football. I don't watch college football that much, but I like them. They're my favorite team, by the way, if you care. But personally, yeah. So next up is Edge. We wrote down some of these. Oh, why did I skip all of it? Ingram would be a guy that would be pretty dope. He played pretty good for the Chiefs. I just don't know about that, to be honest. Like, I don't know how much money is a thing. Jimmy Garoppolo is still on the roster, so we don't have a lot of room to sign people. I think we're going to mainly build through the draft. Clowney would be dope. He switches teams every year, though, so I don't know. There's some other guys down here, like, I don't know. Arden Key, I would like to bring him back, but I don't think we do. He's visiting with the Jaguars, and I think he did the Lions. I don't know. It depends on what his contract is. And like I said, Jimmy is just screwing us over, that contract being on the roster. I don't think we bring in another D-tackle. Calais Campbell, I think, retires. Jerry Hughes would be a guy who I don't know how much he would cost. Same thing with, like, I don't know. Tack McKinley would be pretty cool to bring in. Kerry Hyder, who we did have on the roster. He looks so goofy. What the heck? Who I think we had on the roster last year, and then he was traded. Well, not traded. He signed with the Seattle. We did bring Jordan Willis back. Like I said, I don't know. Left outside, maybe a guy like Houston, Trey Flowers. I'm trying to see. Not really any rushers there. Oh, a guy a backup linebacker that is familiar with the scheme, Quan Alexander. He was so fun to have on the Niners. Had good energy. I would like to bring him back. That would be pretty dope. I don't know, to be honest, because, like, would you have him as a backup? What would he play? Or would he just... I liked him on the Niners. I think he played pretty good, too. He was hurt a little bit, though, towards the end of that year. He was it 2 years or a year with us? I would like to bring him back, though. He's familiar with the scheme, and I think he could help out. I liked him, Dre Greenlaw, and Warner. But like now we got Aziz who's stepping up and playing really good. Like I don't know what we do there. Cornerback situation. I would like to bring Jason Verrett back. He could teach those guys some things. Like you got to think, Jason Verrett would have been the top corner, like one of the top corners of his time, if it weren't for injuries. He was so good forever. But now he's just injuries are slowing him down. I think he could teach like Ambry Thomas, the Lenore, even Mosley and Javarious Ward some things because he's a baller. He's good. I would like to see that happen. Free safety. This is like where our biggest question mark on defense probably is. So our biggest question mark on offense, where our three biggest things heading into this season are: who is our quarterback, who is our starting left guard now, and who is our safety? Who is our other safety with Jimmy Ward? Now Tart is here. You're like, oh yeah, he's familiar with the scheme. He dropped a pick. I don't really care about that, but like, I don't want Tart. Okay, we know what Tart is. Like, we know who he is. We know, well, like, he's familiar with the scheme and all that. But like, do we really need him back? Like, he's getting older. I think the way, like, without re-signing K'Wan Williams, I think the Niners are moving to get younger. So I think Javarious Moore could be a sneaky guy to start in the NFL, to start for us. Like, whoa, why is he starting? Or like the guy like Deshaun Elliott would be pretty dope to bring in. Or like PJ Williams could play like a slot cornerback / safety role. He's pretty good. He's actually got a lot better the older he gets, it seems like. Let's look at strong safeties. Like Tyrann Mathieu, of course. Like if we got rid of Jimmy and we're able to sign Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, to play slot. Sorry about the dog. We're almost done. Okay, I'm not gonna go let the dog in. But to play slot corner and safety for us, he could play like anywhere in our secondary. That'd be insane. I would love that, to be honest. But I don't know. We don't have money like that. And with Jimmy here, and you also got to think we got to re-sign Debo and re-sign Nick Bosa. Those two are a lot of money. Those two are going to be a lot of money coming up. Those big deals, especially with Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams signing crazy deals. Like he's going to want Debo's. You got to pay Debo. You got to pay Debo. Jabril Peppers too is a guy we could bring in. I don't know. Collins played more of a linebacker thing. I think Kufongo, like Ronnie Harrison, a guy from Alabama, who kind of is interesting. I think, where did he go? Did he go to the Browns and they're letting him walk again? Keanu Neal played more of a linebacker role. But yeah, that's personally, I think that's it. Let me know. I'll probably do some, I'll keep these written down and we'll go look at the draft stuff more for this stuff. I think yeah. Oh my god. I don't know how to end this. We're just reviewing the roster, looking at the holes. Next video will probably be, well, I'll keep this list and we'll go look at some prospects the Niners could get in those situations. But yeah, I personally think this is pretty good. To be honest, I would like I said, Emmanuel Sanders for another receiver. Backup tight end, I think anybody. I don't know, somebody who block and receive. Left guard, I would like to see either Eric Flowers. Wait, that's his name, right? Eric Flowers. Yeah, Eric Flowers or Will Hernandez. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad. Will Hernandez. Or even a guy like Trey Turner come in and play some snaps there. And I think that next to Aaron Banks, I think he could develop. In an edge position, I think we go like, if we could get like a Jabbo in the draft, like I'm saying, I know injuries, it sucks, but if he could fall to the Niners, that would be so insane. Arden Key would be pretty dope to bring back. Another guy, I don't know. And like a backup linebacker, because we did deal with some injuries. Like, do we have Fufanga play some linebacker for us? Or do we, like, a guy like Quan Alexander who knows the scheme would be pretty dope? I don't know how much money they cost. We don't have that much money, sadly. And a free safety, if we, like, of course, Tyrann Mathieu would be dope. We'll talk about some guys in the draft who I really like there. And then that's really about it, to be honest. Like, do we bring in another, like, Deshaun Elliott, Jabril Peppers? Like, do we bring in a guy like that? Let me know what y'all think. Let me know who we should bring in. And like I said, I want to expect the Niners to do stuff. They like to build through the draft. To be honest, that's what they do. They draft their guy, they stick with their guy, and he develops into something amazing, right? That's, we've seen it time again with Fred Warner, Debo, Ayuk. Even it could pop off. He's been a great second guy. Juwan Jennings is coming on. Like, we drafted him pretty late, where he might even been undrafted. Niners don't spend big in free agency, so I really wasn't surprised. Javarious Ward is he could develop well. Like, not, I wouldn't call him a bit. I think he could be a good player. I'm not calling him a big free agency though. Like I don't know what he's probably mid tier, I guess. He's probably wasn't the biggest target, but he could develop. He's young. He could develop into something. But and like I said, I think we look to bring in a guard. I would really love to I think that would be the most ideal thing. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Till next time, it's your boy Tabo. I'll probably have some draft thing coming out. I have a main channel. I'll probably be doing a rebuild of the Niners with that. But anyway, till next time, it's your boy Tabo. Peace.